Chinese investments in Australia plummet, according to data. Joining us tonight is one of our correspondents in Australia, Marvy Delphine, to tell us why live. Marvy?
Elsie, new figures released today showed Chinese investment in Australia almost halved in a year as distrust continues to grow and relations between the two countries deteriorate. The Australian National University research data collated since 2014 revealed Chinese investment had fallen for the third consecutive year since peaking at 15.8 billion Australian dollars in 2016. In 2019, Chinese investors laid out just 2.5 billion Australian dollars, roughly half of the 4.8 billion Australian dollars they spent in 2018. Big falls were seen in most sectors, including real estate, manufacturing, and mining, with heavy flows of Chinese investment from the mining boom tailing off. This decrease comes as Australia's federal government intensifies its scrutiny of foreign investments and announced measures to block or overturn new foreign investments deemed to compromise national security, a move widely viewed as an effort to limit growing Chinese political influence. Also, Australia's National Treasurer Josh Frydenberg introduced new restrictions designed to stop overseas companies from targeting distressed Australian assets hit by the economic impact of the COVID-19 crisis. Australian National University Professor Peter Drysdale, head of Chinese Investment Research Database, says he does not see the trend reversing anytime soon. He added to his statement, China is a major source of global foreign investment and Australia relies heavily on foreign investment to grow its economy and strengthen its market ties. There is now diminishing space for Chinese investment in Australia, as Chinese investors now view Australia as a more difficult place to invest in now. China, Australia's largest two-way trading partner, has since imposed tariffs on Australian products, from beef to barley and wine, and has discouraged Chinese students and tourists from heading down under. Diplomatic tensions have reached boiling point in the last few weeks with the recent series of disputes over foreign interference, cyber espionage, the intimidation of Australian journalists in China, trade, and the Hong Kong situation. Beijing was also particularly infuriated by Canberra's role in international calls for a probe into the origins of the coronavirus pandemic, which emerged in the Chinese city of Wuhan. Elsie?
Marvy, there definitely has been various international cases about cyber espionage between different countries, especially leading up to political events like the US election. What is the situation there in Australia regards to China?
Elsie, that's right. Just today, actually, it has been reported that a Chinese company named Zhenhua Data has collected and leaked the personal details of more than 35,000 Australians as part of a giant global database targeting prominent and influential figures. The said company, with connections to Beijing's military and intelligence networks, has collated profiles of 2.4 million people globally, containing a range of information including birth dates, addresses, marital statuses, political associations, relatives, and social media IDs. It collates Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and even TikTok accounts, as well as news stories, criminal records, and corporate misdemeanors. Zhenhua boasts it has about 20 collection nodes scattered around the world to vacuum enormous amounts of data and send back to China. Much of the data has been drawn from public records and open source material, but some information appears to have been sourced from confidential documents like bank records, job applications, and psychological profiles, raising questions about China's intelligence gathering operations. In response to this, Australian Cabinet Minister Angus Taylor said the government had been boosting spending to the cybersecurity of this nation, ensuring that we are secure against cyber intrusion. Elsie?
Thank you, Marvy, for that report.